Hey, look who's back in the chair again. So, you made it through but 9 episodes, and this is episode 10 now. And this is going to be our season finale. So, milestone, how about that? We'll soon be airing episode 1 of season 2. That'll be next week, so you won't have to wait so long. But anywho, on this episode, we're going to be making another dessert for y'all. We're going to be making cheesecake. Won't that be an awesome dessert? So, not much to it other than that. We're not making some kind of specialty cheesecake, like, let's say, caramel or strawberry or something like that. We're just making plain cheesecake at this point. Just New York style, regular cheesecake. And it's with the, what do you call it? Oh, it's with the cream cheese. There we go. My mind is going, I don't know if I have a mind anymore, really being a phantom. That's a thought for a later day. But it's not with ricotta, that's another option. No, we're doing it with cream cheese, not ricotta. So, there's nothing else to explain and nothing else to do, but let's just go over here and start showing you our ingredients to make this. Alright, so we're going to now tell you the ingredients we're going to need for this. We're also making, so you're not confused, we're not making a graham cracker crust for our cheesecake. We're making a cake base for our cheesecake. So we're going to need separate ingredients for the cake mix. Then we're going to need ingredients for our cheesecake, obviously. Right, Fred? Whatever. Apparently Fred doesn't have much to say today. So, anywho, we're going to need, let's obviously start with the cake bottom. Otherwise, there's no point in telling you what we're going to need for our cheesecake. We're going to need spider venom. We're going to need... What did I tell you, Fred? Don't complain about this process. He complains about everything, It's hard to keep this guy shut up over here. Poor Fred. Anywho, going to need human bone powder. Drop something. Anywho, we're gonna need fairy dust. Gonna need Bermuda Triangle salt, mice bone powder, some animal fat, and maggot puree. That's all you're gonna need for the cake mix. Then what we're going to need separately for part 2, for our cheesecake part, is we're going to need some more spider venom, some more fairy dust, this is cursed, misspelled that. Anywho, this is cursed ancestor dust, sour rotted fish paste, and we're going to need cream of Himalayan goat. We're going to need a bunch of this. And that's, and almost forgot. And we're also, Fred, I'm in the middle of a show here. Can't you see I'm talking to these fine people over here? I'll deal with you in a minute. Sorry about that. And we're going to need 4 eggs. Point of fact, not 4 eggs for just the cheesecake. 2 eggs for the cheesecake. 2 eggs for the cake. So, now with that being said, let's get going and start making our cheesecake. Alright, now that we got everything in this bowl, let's just start mixing it all together. Now, if you have a mechanical mixer, you know, you could do that instead of this labor-intensive, but I prefer this labor-intensive method. A little more hands-on. A little bit more traditional than your electric mixer. See, his cake batter's now starting to come together. Go. Perfect. Now, I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it in our mold. And you might be asking, what mold? Well, I'm going to show you now. So you were wondering what kind of mold we're talking about. We're talking about this kind of mold. See, it's got a buckle on one end. It's got a dish on the bottom that it will separate when you unbuckle it. And that'll hold the cheesecake there. This is our mold, essentially. And that little bit right in there, that's butter. We're going to take that, we're going to take our butter here, and we're going to smear it around inside. So that way, when we put our cake batter in there, it doesn't stick to the pan. You know how annoying that would be if you got to take the cake and then it's stuck to the pan and then it leaves it all broken up and all that. Ugh. It's terrible. You don't want a broken cake. It's just a mess. So you're just going to smear that butter around. See, there you go. Just going to smear that butter around, and then we're going to put our batter in there. Alright, so now that we got this all lathered up, you might be wondering, oh, why don't you use spray instead of a stick? Well, the simple reason is I didn't have any spray animal fat. All I had was stick animal fat. So we're just going to have to put up with it. Anywho, we're going to take our cake batter now, and we're just going to pour it in there. I say pour and then I scoop it in there, so whatever. Spread it around. You generally want to try to make this as well spread out and pretty even. Not have one side higher than the other. You're gonna have a lopsided cake then. Kind of awkward. Unless you want awkward and you want a lopsided cake. Who am I to judge? There. Pretty sure I got all the batter I can out of this bowl. Set that aside. And we're just going to continue to spread this out in here. Perfect. Alright, you want to put your oven at 350, and then once it's temperature up, ready to go, take your cake batter here, slap it right in, no? Bam. And then we want to put it on the time, put it on for 26 minutes, and done. Simple as that. Nothing complicated. Now let's go over here and take care of our cheesecake batter. I don't know if that came out right. It sounded like cheesecake batter. Human cheesecake. Might be interesting. But we're not interested in making cheesecake batter. We're making cheesecake batter. So let's go take care of that and wait for this to be done. So go on. Go on.
Alright, now that we got everything in there, as you can see, mix it all together. Just gonna blend it all and make our yummy, yummy cheesecake. Now it's even starting to smell like cheesecake. Is the silence too awkward for you? Is it too awkward, the silence? You're just watching me mix this yummy, yummy cheesecake batter. Hear it all glopping around. Now mine will be a little bit lumpier, admittedly, than normal. That's because I'm not using, again, an electric blender. I'm using hand power here. But that's alright. I don't mind it. Yeah. Why should you? Unless you are very, very picky and you like yours non-lumpy. You like to make this process go a little faster. That's up to you. But, see, that's generally what it is. Cheesecake batter. And it's uncooked, unsolid form. It's a big pile of mush. There we are. Now that's set. Now we just gotta wait for our cake batter to finish, and we'll be ready to put this in. We're just gonna kind of let our cake batter cool a little bit, and once it's cooled, then we could take this and we could put it on top of our cake batter, cook that, and once it's cooked, set to go, we'll have a yummy cheesecake. And this thing is almost done. I mean, you gotta check it first to make sure that it's actually done. There's no point in putting in cheesecake on raw cake batter. That's just ridiculous and stupid. Who would do that? Trying to make a mess here? No, we're professionals. Of course not. Don't want to say anything ridiculous. Oh, speaking of which, this thing is done now. Looks good. Let's see. Let's put it to the test. Got our toothpick. Hey, comes out clean. Perfect. Set that aside over there. Now we're gonna put this. Oh, be quiet. We're gonna set this to 400 now. Get that warmed up and ready to go for our cheesecake. Cake batter is done. I stepped off camera, and you just went invisible there for a second. I mean, I do know the Invisible Man. He's a close relative of mine, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to show up. He's got stage fright. So, anywho, let's let this cool and wait. Probably 10-15 minutes. Then we're gonna add our cheesecake batter. Got our cheesecake batter, and we're gonna take this. And we're gonna put it on top of our cake batter over here. Get a better look at it. There we go. Pour that all out there. There we go, I think we got the gist of it. Got the most we can out of this bowl. Not trying to waste any cheesecake. There we go. Alright. Now, again, you want to make sure that the edges are buttered before we put our cheesecake in there. So that's good. And then you're going to just spread it out. And then we're going to slap it in the oven. Simple as that. Alright, as you can see, we got our cheesecake all ready to go. And now we're going to put at 400, as I probably told you already. And we're going to stick it in there for 45 minutes. Slap that right in there. Bam! 45 minutes, right in the oven. Now, once this comes out of the oven, you're going to want it to have it cool for up to 2.5 hours. Right around there, more or less. 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Just a long time. Let it set, let it cool. And it'll be pretty much ready to eat. You could stick it in the oven, you could eat it right away. It really just depends on what you want to do with it. I mean, you could have warm cheesecake. That'd be an interesting experience. You could have cold cheesecake. I mean, who am I to judge? So, eventually we may have later episodes about making cheesecakes with different flavors, experimenting with other cheesecakes, that type of thing. So, for right now, let's get you started with just plain cheesecake, and then we'll worry about the rest of it later. Okay? And there we are, our completed cheesecake out of the oven after a few hours of resting. And we have a slice right here. You can see the cake bottom came out pretty well on it. Perfectly cooked. Golden top. Everything you want in a perfectly good cheesecake. Now next time we can add some flavors, do some more things to it. We could do a whole lot of things with it. That should be exciting. So that will conclude this episode of Castle Kitchen. We have finished our episode 10 of season 1. Next week we'll start season 2. And we'll be taking a little break from American standard cuisine and explore some other delicacies. Till then, this is your host, the Phantom and Chef. You always take care, and we'll see you then.